Yeah, I think we've started our lesson, so should be. So yeah, a lot is being said about what is not going well. So much so that it is almost swallowing up what is going well. Right? But like I said, there are still good marriages, there are still good people, in spite of the bad ones. It's just about what is more advertised. Mhm. The other part of it has been over advertised. So even those that are doing well, it's almost like, you shy out of it. You don't want to, come out and be like, oh, okay, everybody is body that is crying. No, I have one of my mentors that used to say that if you think that is everybody that is poor, no, let me tell you, not everybody is poor. So not every marriage is bad. Some are bad, yes, but not all. Mm. So, and every day I'm thanking God for the opportunity to make more marriages work. So the more you have people who can professionally counsel others, the more you have good marriages. The more you have people being able to manage their homes better, because you have people who will be giving them professional counsel, as opposed to a society where people just get up, you get married for just any reason. In fact, you don't consider anything, maybe just the looks, maybe some superficial reasons, you get into a marriage, and then for another superficial reason, you jump out of the marriage. Because nobody is teaching anybody anything. People are just observing and doing whatever they can do. Nobody's mentoring, nobody's coaching, nobody's teaching anybody. So people just do whatever they want. However, coming to our topic of today, 5 stages of marriage, is to tell you that all marriages evolve over time. All marriages will evolve over time. Every marriage is unique, yes. Of course, every marriage is unique. But there are, there are similar storylines that shape those marriages. There are some similarities, they are shaped. These similarities they are conditioned by, the biological makeup, like hormones, changing needs, major life events, and the demands of the 21st century. These are things that almost like put every marriage on the same scale, because every marriage will go through some biological changes. Every marriage will face some changing needs. When you are alone, you didn't have kids, you didn't need so much. Now kids start coming into the scene. The demands increase. You're alone. You had only you anything can happen. And then in this very 21st century, the demands are against something else. So marriages evolve over time, conditioned by a lot of things, like I mentioned here. The journey can be pleasurable and, and, and honest. Is different stages that you will experience in the course of that evolution, right? So tonight, just to give you an outline of what I'm going to talk about, I'll talk 5 stages of marriage, and the first stage we'll talk about is the stage of falling in love, number 1, and the second one is getting serious. Number 3 is what happened. So I'm going to take each one And it does not change the fact that we are all full of positive respect what you carry, what God has put in every single person. And I know that every single person that God has created has something in them that I need. Just like I have something in me you need, I know you have something in you that I need. So we, after every stage, we're going to talk, discuss a little bit, and let me get face. This is when you just meet each other. The hormones, the butterflies dominate the whole atmosphere of your relationship. There is constant laughter. There is excitement, flirting with each other. Everyone's this stage like this. It's everyone's favorite stage. The best stage. For every couple in love, there was a moment in your life when you melted and you caught the fire at the same time. It's a magical moment. I'm telling you, magical. The time of falling in love. Everything is going well. Everything about that person is good. Who can bear with me? Witness. Who can bear this witness for me?
Exactly. You're on point.
Sweet love letters. Sweet love letters. Very
All the
long one.
sweetest word.
Oh my God. You know, my mentor is here, so we have a lot of things we can even talk about. I remember my first days. Let me talk about my own life first. When I met my husband, and I've just spent a couple of months with him, and I had to travel. Guy, in fact, when I box where he was man had a bill in that place of around 700,000 just to call. Love, butterfly, emotions, feelings. This is the first stage of it. This is what attracts people that eventually leads into a marriage. This is where they begin falling in love. In fact, before you want to start considering one or two or three other things, this is where you begin. You're falling in love headlong. Who has ever fallen in love in this class? The long and short of my story is that I had to come back for the love of my life. Why my parents thought I had fallen bush, I had fallen in love. I had fallen in love. I had to come back. At this stage, everything about that person is good. Even when they misbehave, it is good. Whatever they do, you just like them to the point where you're not seeing their mistakes. You're not seeing their mistakes. They can't say she left bush to come back for her love. My Jesus. I thought I was alone in this pot of soup. Tell us that story. Unmute yourself. We want to hear because this is we are talking real matters here. Unmute yourself and tell us that love story. Let me start with you because I
Okay,
want to know you
mommy.
go to my mentor.
When you said it,
When I
I was
finish, I'll
just
go to
all
my
laughing.
mentor.
I was laughing because when I just finished, I had to travel. My parents made me the two times so. The first time I had to go to Italy. I went to Italy and then love on phone, love. I had to abandon and come back. So when I came back,
You went to where?
I decided to Italy, to Italy.
That same Italy. What's wrong with
Uh-huh,
this Italy? Okay.
to Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that,
Is it her network or mine? I can't hear her.
Big house.
I think it's hers. Good. Mama, you know we're going to hear your own bit now. Story or not? Love stories. Because your network is a bit shaky. Your network is shaky. No, we can't hear you. Doctors, we can't hear you.
Master. At one point again, they did me doctor again.
Doctors, your network is breaking. We can't hear you. Your network. Yeah. So Dorcas was telling her story of
Yes, mommy.
you,
I'm here.
you went and your network is breaking. So find a good spot and then
Go and take the admission into a school, everything. At the last stage, I had to send one last document I did not send because of loss. I wanted to stay back.
because of love.
Mm.
Okay.
Stay back.
Good. That is stage one. That is stage one. Mama, tell us your love story a bit. I bet talk to my mentor. I want to hear her voice.
Hey, my woman of God, where do I start? You just said something. It was the contrary. When we fell in love, my husband had to go to leave. I was in high school and he had to leave for Germany for his studies. And as you say, in our days, there were no telephones. You write letters that would take months before they even get to the place and all that. To cut a long matter short, anyway, I had opportunities of him coming back about twice when I was in university. God alone knows that there was this couple that, or fiancé, whatever, that were just top notch. Yeah, but there's a point where I went a little bit bananas with. I would go to search where to get a phone just to call him. And you don't even know where I entered. I used to work in P&T when I left university. And I would go into these telephone exchange centers where there are those machines arranged with one of my sister's friend to get inside with us, that be inside that exchange place sometimes in the evening, after work.
Wow.
Just to get to hear his voice. And
Oh my.
there was this big one where he came back for a certain holiday and left, and I was in Douala. My elder brother shaved his hair, never shaved his beard. My elder sister happened to be there, and he was like, where did this man go to his own Germany that is coming and looking so shabby?
Oh my God.
Until the day I arrived. When I arrived, this guy had to get a good well-cut haircut and dress well. Anyway, he used to bring me some nice jeans, and I was slim and good, God
Oh
knows.
my God.
And then we had a whole party that night. We had a party with my friends and all that. It was all celebration. It was so sweet. It was top.
Oh my God.
Again, I want to share you, maybe within our course we'll be sharing a lot of things. But I want to tell you it's 39 years ago today that my
Wow.
husband finished his master's in Germany and only stayed 2 nights. He finished, I think, on the 26th, and on the 27th, he was back in Cameroon because of this me. That's
The
where
love
love can
of
take you.
hey, love, oh,
He had
love,
he had opportunities to do his PhDs and all that, and this guy turned down everything to get back to Cameroon. And
for the love of
getting back to Cameroon. because he had tried, when I overheard that I had some guy who was after me, he said, "You want to go and get married?" I said, "No, you will come back." The long and short, my father refused and I didn't go. So this guy, when he finished, 2 days after, he landed back to Cameroon. And he landed back with a full packet because he wanted that the next month, it was April 29th, and wanted that by May, we should get into business and get married. Guess what? My father was a whole obstacle. And this turned things around. The long and short is that I had to rebel because my father kept pushing them back, telling me the fathers, go and come back. Oh, you don't get your own child and get, you know, it was a scandal. It was everything. But guess what? I'd taken my decision because I didn't see a headway, and I didn't understand what my father wanted. My mother, a big Christian, would not buy it. My elder sister in the US, they were all scandalized. But guess what I told them? Well, let me cut where now my father will come to Yaoundé. My father will come to Yaoundé, never visit us, will not say a word. He will write me a letter, whether you are with who and whatever. I said, Papa, that is your life. But in the long and short of it, in the long run, when we finally, build up everything and got married, it will turn out that later and later in life, my husband will become my father's best friend, and almost if they were to give birthright to somebody, it would have been my husband to get my father's birthright.
Wow.
Yes, it became his best friend in the way that when he died, it's my husband who gave the befitting burial and all. I just wanted to cut the story, but it's a very long love story.
Yeah.
Which made, I think I didn't make a wrong choice. I don't advise anybody maybe to take my way, but at one point I advised girls. Maybe it was especially fathers who not want them to get, or to listen to the man to be to receive their fiancé. The statement I always told them. I know as a Christian now, you people will not want that statement. I'll tell them that if my father loves me so much so that he wants the good, he wants me, the good out of me, he wants me to be somebody, he loves me to that extent, he should love whom I love. And only caution me that this is how marriage is counseling, That is what I expected. The way you just say bluntly no, with no good reason and all that, my life is being wasted, the other life is wasted. I don't know. I know that I'll stand corrected, but this is my life. And it was first where there was really serious love. And I had this young guy who did not come to me like, I want you a boyfriend, girlfriend for that. He was getting to me and straightforward told me that I wanted for a wife before leaving for Germany for 6 years. So that's my long story. It's a short story.
Wow.
We'll talk more.
Wow. See
I
how
thank God I don't regret it.
My God. I just want y'all to hear that story here in class because you know that like that, these years that we count is not a joke. Somebody talked about 39 years ago. We are here still talking some small things. Listen, you see how far people can go for love. I know if I ask everybody's story here, there is something that they have done for love. This is that stage where everybody's excited, everybody's happy, everybody wants to be there, everybody ignores everybody's mistakes. Like you don't take it too seriously, It's my person, we are in love. Thank you, Mama, for sharing your story because it's very, very encouraging. You know that the setting was different in those days. As you can know how your own case is like, your own background is like, your own parents, parental behavior and all of that. So thank you for sharing that. We can address that stage 1. If you find yourself in marriage, if someone goes stage 1, it is this stage 1 that takes people to make decision. It is stage 1 that finally makes you to get into a marriage and say, oh no, this is the person I want to be, because you're falling in love with them. So that is the stage where a lot of passion is being displayed. Now we go to stage 2. This stage now is getting serious. Getting serious. Mm. Commitment.
Oh, are we there? Network has kicked mommy out.
Yeah, it looked like
yeah,
there's a network
a
problem.
network, yes. Okay, let me try to pause this class.
Wow.
Okay, mommy is back.
This